Okay, the name of this one is The Narcissist Feels Entitled to Cheat. Okay, one thing I noticed about narcissists, from the ones back in the past all the way up to the one I recently dealt with, they all end up cheating. I think narcissistic people, even from the dudes I knew that was narcissists, and from when I had narcissistic ways, narcissistic people feel like they should be able to cheat. You know, what you don't know won't hurt you, and they don't care about you enough to where they're willing to risk that. That's why they cheat so loosely, because it's like, I'm not all in. If I get caught, then I'll say, oh, it's me, or what. I'll probably try to blame switch. The blame switch is only because they don't care. Narcissists try half the stuff they try out on you because they don't care about you. Like, anybody get caught red-handed, they'll try to gaslight you behind them getting, they just don't care. They love when you with housemate. They play with housemate. They'll tell you anything. That's the reason why they do it. I'm gonna tell you how the entitlement to them cheating is linked to their entitlement to be right about everything. See, the narcissist feels entitled to be right about everything. They don't have to actually have the knowledge. They don't have to actually go through nothing. If they see it on the timeline, or if they feel it in their heart, or if they get a shallow bit of knowledge about anything, they write about it. Everybody else is wrong. And if you prove them wrong, then you in trouble. You in trouble because they're entitled to be right. And what that does with them feeling entitled to be right, to where if you prove them wrong or you go against them, then it'll just sink their battleship. Like, they'll just, especially if you really prove that they wrong. You see what I'm saying? And this is what I always thought this, before I figured out what narcissism was, I used to be like, man, I hate dealing with these women where they always want to be right about stuff. And if you're not right about it, then they'll cheat on you and find some dude that just agree with them, and they'll cheat just because some dude agree with their ideology. Those were narcissists I dealt with back in the day. But I had went through this phase. I was like, man, you got to agree with these certain type of women, because if you don't, they'll take it like they just lost like the battle of the century. Like, narcissists would rather lose their relationship than to lose an argument. So the narcissist, what it is they hurl around a lot of insults, but they so sensitive. They super sensitive. So if you don't agree with them on something, or if you don't let them brainwash you on one of these far-fetched little ideologies they didn't start clinging to because they lose their life, so they got to cling on to a bunch of bullshit to make them feel alive and make them feel like they're in a purpose. If you kind of downplay all of that, they'll get mad and go, you know, I tell you from being that new supply dude, when you meet a woman that's talking a lot about a bunch of crazy stuff, you automatically think she must be somewhere talking about this shit and nobody listening to her. So let me just believe the stuff she's saying real quick so she can go on and get like emotional and probably give me something. Like, that's what dudes be thinking. So while y'all out there running y'all mouth, some of these dudes be thinking, man, this girl crazy. I know she's driving her dude insane, but let me act like I believe all this bullshit. And I'm telling you, narcissists are bound to cheat on you. Same for dudes too. They bound to cheat if you don't believe the stuff that they be trying to push all the time.